Connie. I'm going to be doing your walkthrough on your unit for you. I'm going to start here at the front of your unit. You've got two 20-pound LP tanks. There's no switch over, so just be mindful, one run at a time. And once empty, you're going to switch over to your next one. You've got your electric power jack here, your stop light, extending your shot, functions just like so. LP cover, when we're done, goes on with our flaps to the back. Important information here. I highly recommend take a picture of your VIN information, print it off, put it with your insurance. Over time, that's going to fade. You're not going to have that information available. We have decent cargo space. Scissor jacks, stabilizing jacks, I should say. It's in the name. They're not meant to lift your unit. They're just meant to stabilize it for you, so don't overextend on those. Here we go. Short cord for you here. This is your short cord. It's going to come with your unit, 30 amp, 30 foot cord. Outside shower hookups as well as our sewage outlets here. Everything is labeled for you. Blacks and gray tanks. Wastewater on your right, galley on your left. When we're flushing our tanks, we want to make sure we pull our black tank first and then follow through with the gray to wash all the yuckies out. On-demand hot water heater. Currently you are off. If you want to use it, you're going to want to make sure we have this switch flipped on so that when we get inside and we see our monitor panel, we have power to that. As well as rear stabilizer jacks. Cable and satellite input here. If your campsite offers that, this is your inputs respectively, cable and satellite. Everything else inside your unit is going to be out from that point. Removable bumper pads. Stinky slinky hose storage there. City water connection and black tank flushes. Be very mindful of this. This is if we're running with a water hookup. You're going to have your water plugged in here. We don't want to mistake the two for that, otherwise you're filling your black tank up. This is just if you want to flush your black tank out, rinse everything out. We have a TV input here, as well as an outside GFI outlet that's prepped and ready to go. Our furnace flute. This does get very hot. Be mindful of that. Don't have any chairs or anything of that sort in front of it. It can cause fires or even melt things. Our city port spray here. It's just a nice little rinse off station. We have no water pressure right now because we don't have a water pump on. This just disconnects like so and goes into storage for you wherever you choose to keep that. Here we have our freshwater setup. If we're boondocking or our campsite doesn't offer a water hookup, this is where we're going to put our water hose to fill our tank beforehand. And we do have a drain down here. It's going to be hard to see. Right here, between our tires. It does rotate to make it a little easier to get to. Currently it's open. I'm going to have that shut if we're going to fill our tank, otherwise we're not getting any water in there. We have an outside griddle. Along with our pigtails, our gas hookups that all lead down here to our quick connect. So this is where you would have that hookup for that, and then run off your LP in the front of your outside reefer for any extra goodies. Maybe you have kids or you just want to have a cold drink ready for you. Alright, we're going to take you inside. Welcome to your unit. Here we have our monitor panel. This is where all the important stuff happens. We can check our fresh tank levels, our battery levels, all of our tanks, awning light, accent lights. You're hooked up with a JBL Bluetooth speaker. Slide out operation, awning operation. Keep in mind your awning is meant only to be for about 10-15 mile an hour winds. You want to keep that retracted unless you're going to be around to watch that in case you get inclement weather or something like that. If you know you're going to get some, go ahead and run that in. For unit usage, your outlets, your microwave, and your AC are all going to be 110 power, so you will need shore power for that. Everything else in your unit, your lights, your stove, range hood, light and fan, and our reefer are going to be 12 volts. So your battery will be able to run all of that for you while you're traveling. Just make sure you set your temp to whatever you'd like before you get going so it gets nice and cool. It can take about 30 to 45 minutes to come to temp. Something to be mindful of before we go on a trip. Thermostat operations here for our AC and furnace. As you can see, it's just going to be a simple matter of selecting which mode we want. Our fan. There we go, we have our AC on now. If I wanted to switch to heat, furnace is going to go ahead and kick on. You can run them both at the same time. You can have dry air if you want, or you can just have them both off. You do have a light switch here for your mirror lights. Your main lights for your bathroom are going to be push to touch. This here is the water heater panel. So that switch that we turn on outside is what gives us power here. If that switch was off out there, we're not going to have anything. This runs off gas or electric. On, you would simply select what temperature you want. With water pressure on, you would turn your hot water on, and it would go ahead and kick on, and there's nothing else you need to do to enjoy your hot water. You are set up here with a vent fan. Something to be mindful of if you choose to open it. Make sure we have this closed back down before we travel. Nice and tight. That can get caught on overpasses, or maybe even wind might catch it. We don't want that to happen. Our CO2 detector here currently is good to go. If for whatever reason this light were red, you need to swap it out. If it's beeping at you, you need to vacate the unit using either the door or one of your emergency exit windows. As you can see, you have an emergency exit on your top bunk. And right here. Sorry. Down below here, this is everything labeled for you for your main breakers, ACs, general, all of that, as well as our fuses. And if you decide to change your battery later, your converter is set up for a lithium battery with no extra work needed on that. Following that, we are brought to the main bedroom. All here for our main lights. Your bed is a Versatilt. Currently it is flat. I would recommend leaving it as such when traveling. However, as you can see, it operates just fine, and you'll be able to do so as needed. And I believe that concludes our tour of your unit for the day, Sue.